Hey there, ignore my voice being very quiet. It's the middle of the night, so yeah. But just wanted to bring a video about the Admirals. In the One Piece community for a very long time, the Admirals have always been basically very underrated and have always been downplayed, mainly because of another certain group of people and their propaganda and misinformation. So I'll be mainly talking about the Admirals in this video, and I'll be mainly using manga facts and not the anime. In the last chapter with Rocks killing an Admiral, pretty much got all the Admiral haters really happy. Now Rocks the Sepik, of course, is a monster who was able to confront Emu and also fought with both Roger and Garb. I think it is fair to put this guy above a mere Yonko tier. However, Rocks did fought the Admiral at the Mary Showa, and to be fair to Admiral, he was most likely nerfed and couldn't go all out. During the Sabo Reverie flashback, it was stated that if there was anywhere but the land of the gods, the Admirals could easily wipe the map clean. And despite the unknown Admiral being defeated and killed, Rocks did still receive some injuries, as he does look somewhat roughed up. Now, other than the Rock stuff, remember Sabo and his few good men fought Fujitora and Green Bull, and then later on during the Wano arc, we saw Fuji with a bandage. Many thought that Karasu injured Fuji. Well, it turns out that was false. Despite the short clash between Karasu and Fuji and Morley against Green Bull, it never became a full battle. So how did Fuji got his injuries then? By clashing with Green Bull. Yes, it was Green Bull, another Admiral, that injured Fuji, not Sabo and his few good men. Green Bull himself also received 0 injuries throughout his clash with Morley, and even his clash against Fuji. Speaking of Green Bull, many people... there was a car. Speaking of Green Bull, many people downplay him because of the whole Shanks thing. Despite Shanks stopping Green Bull, he doesn't say Shanks, instead he calls out the entire Red Hair Pirates. Despite how strong Green Bull is, he knows that he can't fight against all the Red Hair Pirates, plus the entire Wano Alliance together. He even says that he's not looking to pick a fight with Red Hair Pirates, but also says not yet though. Now ignoring the Shanks stuff, Green Bull has a really impressive track record, such as easily defeating 2 very powerful Yonko commanders, along with many other beast pirates, and receiving 0 injuries, defeating and capturing Weevil, a warlord whose strength was hyped up to be like young Whitebeard. Green Bull is also one of the very few people, along with Mihawk, to have a black blade. And yes, don't believe the anime. Green Bull was also able to easily overpower many of the Scabbards and Yamato, same ones that were able to fight and hurt Kaido. Then during the Dressrosa arc, we had Sabo fighting against Fujitora. Fujitora is pretty much tanking very powerful attacks from Sabo, and there's not a single mark or scratch on him throughout that battle. Yes, Sabo with the Mara fruit was able to badly injure Burgess and defeat a Vice Admiral. But despite throwing everything at Fujitora, Fuji would receive no injuries or burns to his body. Next we have Kizaru. Remember when some would downplay Kizaru because Ben Beckman threatened him, yet at the same time ignore the scene where Kizaru ignores Ben and still proceeds to attack? I wonder why that is. Kizaru, who was also downplayed a lot during the Egghead arc, was able to easily overpower Gear 4 Snake Man Luffy, and also easily clash against Gear 5 Luffy. Wait. Kizaru. Another car again! Damn cars. And even though Kizaru went down after Luffy's star gun attack, Luffy went down as well. And at the end, it was Kizaru who got up first. Yes, according to SBS 110, it was confirmed that Kizaru is the one that fed the Luffy the food. This means that Kizaru got up before Yonko Luffy and fed him. Also, throughout the Egghead arc, Kizaru was mentally nerfed. He never took the fight against Luffy seriously, and his main mission was to kill Vegapunk, not have a serious fight against Luffy. Even after killing Vegapunk, Kizaru becomes mentally broken. It is one of the main reasons why he doesn't go after Straw Hats. And yet, despite all of Gear 5 Luffy's attacks on Kizaru, by the end of the arc, if you look closely at Kizaru, he has 0 injuries to his body. So a mentally nerfed Kizaru was able to overpower Gear 4 Luffy, easily clash Gear 5 Luffy, and despite taking some hits from Gear 5 Luffy, he still received 0 injuries. And some say Big Mom can defeat Kizaru. What a joke! Also, during the Marineford arc, there is this really cool panel of Kizaru standing on Whitebeard's Mira Kumagiri and casually shooting lasers at Whitebeard. Now for the Marineford arc. Another car. And after the Marineford arc, we had Kuzan, who took down Josu, even breaking off one of his arms, avoided being injured by Whitebeard. Then you have Akainu blowing off half of Whitebeard's face, casually blocking Whitebeard's attack with his hands in pocket, and injuring Jinbei while also injuring Luffy at the same time. We also see just how powerful Akainu's attacks are during the Marineford arc. The man has one of the strongest Delph roots in the series. Also, when it comes to both Akainu and Kuzan, both of these men fought for over 10 days at Punk Hazard. Their battle changing the landscape, with one side being all fire and the other being all snow and ice. No other characters in the story, not even the Yonkos, have had a battle that long. Akainu is also the only other character in the story other than the Rocks that defeated an admiral. Not even Blackbeard and his crew want to fight against Akainu. Speaking of the Blackbeard pirates, Kuzan, who before he joined the crew had a moment where he easily froze almost all of Blackbeard's crew. Then we have Blackbeard himself, who was freaking out and didn't want to fight against him. Another admiral that Blackbeard didn't want to fight against, despite Blackbeard having 2 very powerful Delph roots. The Admirals are again stated to be the ultimate military force, and in the Japanese they are stated to be the strongest fighting power of the world government. Yes, that includes the Holy Knights, who are also a military force in the world government, just not under the Marines, and this should include the Elders as well. Sorry to any fake Garling fans. But there's a reason why there are only 3 admirals. The world government only chooses the strong because the strong become an admiral, whilst they think there are many useless vice admirals and only 3 admirals. Becoming an admiral is about power and strength. They need to be strong enough to easily defeat powerful pirates like commanders, and powerful enough to easily clash against the Yonkos. Damn cars. During the Dressrosa arc, Don Chinchao mentions both the admirals and the 4 emperors at the same time. Even Luffy himself, during his confrontation against Fuji, also mentions both the admirals and emperors at the same time. So again, let's go over the Admirals, strongest fighting power of the world government. Akainu, only other character to actually take down Admiral, had a 10-day battle against Kuzan, blew off Apple Whitebeard's face, has one of the most powerful teleports in the series, and killed Ace. Kuzan fought against Akainu for 10 days, took down Jozu and broke his arm, easily took down almost all of Blackbeard's crew by freezing them, easily defeated Cracker of the Big Mom Pirates, fought and defeated Garp. Kizaru, a mentally nerfed Kizaru, during the Egghead arc was able to easily defeat Sentomaru, easily overpower Gear 4 Stickman Luffy, easily clash against Gear 5 Luffy, and at the end of the arc had 0 injuries to his body despite Luffy's attacks. Fujitora casually clashed with Sabo and received 0 injuries or burns to his body, casually blocked a Gear 3 attack from Luffy, and along with Green Bull was stated to be monsters by Doflamingo. And finally we have Green Bull, who easily defeated King and Queen along with many other beast pirates, easily defeated and captured Weevil, injured Fujitora, and easily overpowered the Scabbards and Yamato. Now it's fine if you think the Admirals are weaker than that other group. It is also fine to be wrong, of course. But what matters the most here is that Admirals are not as weak as a certain group makes them out to be. These guys are top tiers, whether you like them or not. Thanks for listening to this Admiral